Good morning, all. Today, I am discussing about types of conflicts. So, there are different types of conflicts are there. So, hence it is very important that managers understand the type of conflict. Okay. So, the type of conflict that they have to deal with so that they can devise some standardized techniques in dealing with common characteristics of conflicts in each type of category. Okay. So, before dealing of a conflict, the manager should know the type of the conflict. That is very important thing. So why the conflict is arising and how to resolve this? First, basically, you know about what type of conflict is there. Okay, so then he deals the conflict in a easiest manner. Okay, so that's why the type of conflict is very important. So then he knows about the type of conflict, then he devises some standardized techniques. So he deals that problem or a conflict. So then he used some standardized techniques to dealing that conflict. Then he knows about the type of conflict. Then he knows the common characteristics of that conflict. Then he easily dealing with the conflict. Okay. So then what are the types of the conflicts? So first one is conflict within the individual. So the first type is conflicts within the individual. That means individually he facing some problem. Then the conflict within the individual is usually value related, where role playing expected of the individual does not conform with the values and beliefs held by the individual. Okay, so that means what is the individual conflict is within the individual is usually value related. So basically, the type of conflicts which is occurred in the human being, basically it is related to the values. That means human values. Okay, so where role playing expected of the individual does not conform with the values and beliefs held by the individual. So suppose he believes something. Suppose he believes suppose don't lie and peace and some commitment and some respect for the others. Then honesty and loyalty. So like this, these are the human values. Okay, so basically. So we are selecting either any one of them in general. Okay, so from this one, from these you have to select any one, or you have to follow more than one also. There is no restriction at all. Okay, so you have to follow, you have to believe one of the thing and service. Okay, service also one of the human value. So then these are all the human values. Then you have to follow all of them, or you have to select some of them. Okay, or you have to follow at least one also. Then that is up to you. So suppose you are believing something, this is good and this is bad, then is there any contradiction? Suppose somebody is discouraging when you are following this one, and also somebody is disturbing your values, what you are believe. So somebody is disturbing, then automatically there is an internal conflict. So whether I am right or wrong. So suppose I am following, I believe something, then somebody is opposing that. So your belief is not a correct one. So this leads to some problems, or this is problematic to other. Then like these conceptions are there, then automatically there is an internal conflict, individual conflict. Then for example, a secretary may have to lie on instructions that her boss is not in the office to avoid an unwanted visitor or an unwanted telephone call. Okay, so for example, a secretary may have to lie on instructions that her boss is not in the office. Okay, so boss is not in the office, then the secretary should tell lies and he giving wrong instructions. Then to avoid an unwanted visitor or an unwanted telephone call. Suppose if any visitor are there or a unwanted telephone call is there, then he is avoid. Okay, so then this is the wrong conception. Okay, so this is the wrong way. Whether your boss is there or not, then you have to follow the rules and regulations of the organization, and you have to always tell truth and don't tell lies. So then this is the individual conflict. This may cause a conflict within the mind of the secretary, who may have developed an ethic of telling the truth So this is purely related to the secretary. So no one is cause for this. Okay, so no one is cause for this. Then he internally he changed his mindset. So then secretary is followed. Suppose he developed an ethical manner, and also is telling truth. Okay, so similarly, many Indians who are vegetarians and come to America and find it very hard to remain vegetarians may question the necessity of the vegetarian philosophy, thus causing a conflict in their minds. So what is the suppose what is the meaning of this point is, suppose both are the majority of the Indians are vegetarians. Okay, so Americans are purely non-vegetarians. Some of them are also following vegetarian, but most of them are non-vegetarians. Suppose the Indians are suppose majority of the Indians are also eating the non-veg, taking the non-vegetarian. So, but still, some of the people are not. Still, they are not taking the non-vegetarian. So, majority of the people are vegetarians. Suppose, okay. Then, if I are telling something about why we are not taking the, suppose the American is asking Indian people, so why you are not taking the non-vegetarian? So then you are telling some philosophy. So according to Puranas, according to some Hindu mythology, so there is a problem. Suppose going to uh, take some dyed animal meat, then that is one of the problem. Okay, so before that we are killing that animals. Okay, so then we are taking the dead bodies. That means I'm not discouraging anyone. So just according to the philosophy, I'm only telling you. So then we are eating different types of animals. Okay, so then basically this is wrong according to the mythology, Hindu mythology. Then we are telling this philosophy, vegetarian philosophy, then ultimately there is a question in their minds. Okay, so then the Indians are following. Why? Because so then why we are not taking a non-vegetarian? So suppose he said, so why you are not taking this non-vegetarian? So then is there any proof or anything? Or suppose we are Americans are, all the Americans are eating the non-vegetarian. Why? Suppose is there any problem with them? So like these questions are arising in the minds of the people. Then this is the individual conflict, whether you are following the correct way or the wrong way. So taking the non-vegetarian is good or not, or taking the vegetarian is good or not, then there is a conflict in the minds of the people. Okay, so this is a individual conflict. Okay, so then in addition to these value conflicts, a person may be faced with a role conflict. After that, this is the value based conflict. Then after that, there is something about role conflict. Okay, so individuals also facing some role conflict. That is, for example, a telephone operator may be advised and required to be polite to the customers by her supervisor, who may also complain that she is spending too much time with her customers. This would cause a role conflict in her mind. Okay, so in addition to these values conflict, a person may be faced with a role conflict. Okay, so some of the persons are facing the role conflict. For example, a telephone operator may be advised and required to be polite to the customers by her supervisor. Okay, suppose the role of the telephone operator is what is the role of that person? Then he attend the calls, and also he talks polite with others in phone calls or the customers, and by her supervisor. So the supervisor is telling to the telephone operator, you have to attend the calls and you have to talk with the polite manner with the customers. Okay, so who may also complain that she is spending too much time with her customers. This would cause a role conflict in her mind. Okay, suppose he attending the calls, but he is spending more time with the customer. Okay, so then ultimately this is also one of the problem, because what the timing is spending, so that is some limit is there. Suppose that is there is he talks more than limits, then ultimately it is some of the problem. Then this would cause a role conflict in her mind. So whether he attend the calls, then he talks more with the customers, then it is correct or not. Okay, so that is role, or that is a role or not. Okay, so then this is also one of the problem related to the role. So simple thing. So ఏం చెప్తున్నాడంటే ఇక్కడ ఒక టెలిఫోన్ కస్టమర్, సపోజ్ కాలర్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో టెలిఫోన్ ఆపరేటరు, సో తను కస్టమర్స్ని అటెండ్ చేయమని చెప్పాడు. సో కాల్స్ని సో ఎలా పొలైట్గా అటెండ్ చేయమన్నాడు సూపర్వైజర్. దెన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే సపోజ్ తను ఎక్కువ స్పెండ్ చేసేస్తుంది అనుకోండి టైము. సో దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, తను చేయాల్సిన పని పెండింగ్ ఉండిపోతుంది. అంటే ఎక్కువ టైం ఒక్కళ్ళతోనే ఎక్కువ టైం స్పెండ్ చేయటం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది దానివల్ల, సో టైం ఎక్కువ తీసేసుకుంటుంది, అంటే ఎక్కువ కాల్స్ అటెండ్ చేయలేదు. దిస్ ఈస్ రోల్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్. సో అది తను చేసింది, సపోజ్ తనే ఉద్దేశంలో ఏంటంటే కంప్లీట్గా కస్టమర్ యొక్క ప్రాబ్లం మొత్తాన్ని అటెండ్ చేయాలి, కంప్లీట్గా క్లియర్ చేయాలనేది తినే టెన్షన్. కానీ సూపర్వైజర్గా అనిపిస్తుంది అనవసరంగా తిని ఎక్కువ టైం వేస్ట్ చేస్తుందని అనిపిస్తుంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ రోల్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్, వెదర్ షీ ఈజ్ డూయింగ్ రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాబ్లం. Then similarly, a police officer may be invited to his brother's wedding. He may find that some guests are using drugs which are against the law. Okay, suppose one police officer is there. He is invited his brother's manager, some of the invitees are guests. Then they are using the drugs. So usage of drugs is against the law. It may cause conflict in his mind as to which role he should play. Then ultimately, as a brother of the police, suppose he is the brother of the police officer. So then he invites some of the people, then they are taking the drugs, then it is against the law. Then what is the role he should play at that time? What is the role he should play? Then this is the conflict in her mind. So he is invited guest, then at that time suppose they are using the drugs, that is against then actual duty is, suppose the duty of the police officer is at any place there is suppose there is any unlawful activities are there, then he take immediate action, then he arrests that people in general, but he is doing that or not, that is up to the choice of the police officer. Okay, so then this is the conflict. At the time what he is do, there is a problem, there is a conflict in the mind of the police officer. Okay, then conflict within an individual can also arise when a person has to choose between two equally desirable alternatives or between two equally undesirable goals. Then suppose if there any problem is occurred in general, any conflict is occurred in general, there is the alternatives, but both are having the two equally desirable alternatives or between two equally undesirable goals. Then both are leads to some undesirable. Suppose if you are taking the action, then they are feeling, and you are inviting that people, then they are taking the drugs, then that is one problem. So ante pilichi manam valani arrest chesinattu avutundi, that is one thing. So then what is the undesirable? Suppose another option is, suppose if you are not arresting them, then you are not done your duty according to the law. Ante police officer tana duty tanu cheyanattu ante kadandi. So this is the conflict. Okay, so then equally desirable alternatives and both are two equally undesirable goals. Okay, then second one is interpersonal conflict. Next one is interpersonal conflict. So what is the meaning of interpersonal conflict? Then interpersonal conflict involves conflict between two or more individuals and is probably the most common and most recognized conflict. Okay, so interpersonal conflict involves conflict between two or more individuals and is probably the most common and most recognized conflict. Okay, so then two or more individuals is involving the conflict, then that is called as interpersonal conflict. Then the person to person conflict. So first one is individual conflict, that means that is related to individual, but this is interpersonal conflict, this is related to two or more people. Okay, so this may involve conflict between two managers who are competing for limited capital and manpower resources. Suppose there is a conflict in between the two managers, two different departments managers, and who are competing for limited capital, and both are having the limited capital and limited resources. Then how to utilize this one, then how to share this limited capital and also limited manpower. Okay, then how to manage them, there is a conflict in between these two managers, then ultimately it leads to some conflict in between two managers. So he expecting more capital and more manpower, then another manager also expecting more capital and more resources, then ultimately it leads to some problem. Okay, then this conflict can become further acute when the scarce resources cannot be shared and must be obtained. Okay, so this conflict can become further acute. So further it suppose we are further after some time, so this conflict may lead to some acute, and when the scarce resources cannot be shared and must be obtained. So because the resources are limited and cannot be shared and must be obtained. Okay, so because the resources are limited, then that's why there is no chance to share it, and also there is no chance to uh, to allocate more. Then similarly, if there are two equally deserving professors and they are both up of promotion, but only one of them can be promoted because of budget and positional constraints, then this could result in interpersonal conflict between the two professors. Okay, so suppose the two equally deserving professors and they are both up for promotion. So the two professors are there and both are expecting the promotion, but only one of them can be promoted because of budget and positional constraints. So only one of them are promoted to next position because of the money related problem, because the budget is not sufficient to give another promotion. Then and also positional constraints, then this could result in interpersonal conflict between the two professors. Then ultimately there is a rivalry or conflict in between the two professors. Okay, so this is interpersonal conflict. And another type of interpersonal conflict can be related to disagreements over goals and objectives of the organization. So another type is also there in the interpersonal conflict. So based on the agreements related to the disagreements related to the goals and objectives of the organization. Suppose every organization has some goals and objectives. Then there is a disagreement. Suppose the employees are not agreed that goals and objectives of the organization, then it leads to some of the problems. Then, for example, some members of a board of directors of the school may want to offer courses in sex education, while others may find this proposal morally offensive, thus causing interpersonal conflict among the members of the board. Then the school management is there for that school. There is a board of directors are there. So and some of the directors are giving, suppose put a proposal to offer the students and to aware the students on the sex education. Some of the board members are rejecting that one because it leads to some of the unethical activities and also offenses, morally offensive things. Then some of them are agreed and some of them are not agreed, because this is the policies related and the objectives matter and also goals matters. So that's why then some of them are supporting and some of them are opposing. Okay, so this is interpersonal conflict. Okay, so then similarly, a college or a university may have a policy of quality education so that only top quality students are admitted, while some members of the organizational board may propose open admission policy where all high school graduates are to be considered for admission. So suppose if you are taking a college or a university, then there is a policy for a policy of quality education. They are giving the quality education. That's why they are only taking the top quality students or students for to admitted into the college or university. Then some of the members are given advice. Suppose some of them are proposed. If we are taking the open admissions, we are inviting all of them. Suppose you are giving admissions to all of them. And that means based on the criteria, those who are completing the school school education, high school education, then they will be admitted into that college or university. Then some of them are want to suppose some of them are proposed only we are taking the top quality students, and some of them are proposed to take all the students based on the criteria. Then they are taking the open admissions. Okay, so then this is also leads to some conflicts in between the people. Okay, the management. Then such a situation can cause conflicts among the members of the governing body. So there is a conflict in the governing body. Some of them are opposed and some of them are supporting. Okay, then in addition to conflicts over the nature and substance of goals and objectives, the conflicts can also arise over the means of achieving these goals and objectives. Okay, so in addition to conflicts over the nature and substance of goals and objectives. Okay, so then the conflicts can also arise over the means for achieving these goals and objectives. Okay, so some of times the goals and based on the goals and objectives, then the conflicts are arised. Then you have to the overcome these conflicts, and also you have to resolve these conflicts. Then we are achieving the goals of the and objectives of the organization. Okay, so this is one of the important thing. Then suppose another example is there. For example, two marketing managers may argue as to which promotional methods would result in higher sales. Suppose the promotions are based on the higher sales, those who are performing the higher sales, then we are giving promotions based on the sales. These conflicts become highlighted when they are based upon opinions rather than facts. So suppose we are giving the two marketing managers are there may argue as to which promotional methods would result in higher sales. So suppose they are selecting, suppose if you are taking a promotional methods, then it leads to higher sales. The result is higher. Suppose if you are giving the promotion, then it leads to increase in the sales. Okay, so there is argument in between the two marketing managers. So suppose one marketing manager is proposed this one is the good one to increase the sales, and another manager is opposing, this is not correct, so this is the correct one, then you have to follow this one, then there is a chance to increase the sales. Then is a conflict in between these two people. So he is taking he is proposing one method, one promotional method, and another one is proposed another promotional method. So then there is a conflict in between the two marketing managers. These conflicts become highlighted when they are based upon opinions rather than facts. So because these conflicts are highlighted because there is no consideration of fact, because they are only focus on the opinions. Facts are generally indisputable, resulting in agreements. Suppose if you are taking any decision based on the facts, then it leads to a good result. It gives a good results. Then opinions are highly personal and subjective and may provide for disagreements and criticisms. Suppose if you are taking the opinions based on the personal opinion, then it leads to some disagreements and also criticisms. Okay, so then these interpersonal conflicts are often the results of personality clashes. Then ultimately it leads to personality clashes. People with widely different characteristics and attitudes are bound to have views and aims that are inconsistent and with the views and aims of others. So suppose your view is different and another view is different, your characteristics is different, another person's characteristics is different, and your attitude is different, and other person's attitude also different. So then always there is a problem in between the inconsistency in between the feelings of the people, attitude of the people, views of the people. Then ultimately it leads to some conflict, some interpersonal conflicts. Okay, so this is about interpersonal conflicts. Then the next one is conflict between the individual and the group. Okay, so conflict between the individual and the group. So before we are taking only, suppose first one is individual, second one is the interpersonal, that means in between the people. Now we are considered as the individual and the group. Okay, so conflict between the individual and the group. So has been discussed before, all formal groups and informal groups have established certain norms of behavior and operational standards which all members are expected to adhere to. Okay, so all formal groups and informal groups have established certain norms of behavior and operational standards which all members are expected to adhere. So suppose if you are taking a formal group or informal group, both are having some norms at the time of establishment, we are giving some, we are framing some norms and rules and regulations. Okay, so and all the members are should follow that operational standards and also norms of behavior, how they are behaving in the group and how they are following the standards. Suppose what the standards they are following, then we are clearly mentioned at the time of the group formation. Okay, so then an individual member may want to remain within the group for social needs, but may disagree with the group goals and the methods to achieve such goals. Suppose an individual member may want to remain within the group, so he is continued in the group for social needs, for the purpose of social needs, then but may disagree with the group goals, but he is disagreeing the goals of the group and the methods to achieve such goals, and also he is opposing the methods to achieve the goals of the group also. Okay, so then for example, in some restaurants all tips are shared equally by all waiters and waitresses. Okay, so in some restaurants, suppose they are getting, suppose five waiters or waitresses are there, then suppose they are serving the customers, then after that they are giving some tips. Suppose somebody is, suppose person A getting more than the person B and person B is getting less than the person C, and person D is getting nothing. Okay, so they didn't get any, he didn't get any tip from the customers. So the restaurant have the policy. Okay, so all the waiters are suppose tips, suppose the customers are giving the tips, and then all the waiters are giving that tips to restaurant owner. Then after end of the day, then he total it, then he distributes the total tip amount equally to the all the waiters and waitresses. Okay, so somebody is accepting, somebody is not accepting, because just like suppose I am already explaining, so A is getting more than the B and B is not getting anything, and C is getting more than D and D is not getting any something. Suppose so A is not A is unhappy because B is not getting anything. So the customers of A are giving the tip to the A. Then why he is distributing the all other? Then there is a problem in between the waiters. Okay, some disparity. So some particular waitresses who may be overly polite and efficient may feel that she deserves more. Suppose he serves the customer good and they are satisfying with the service of the waitresses, then the customers are giving the more tip to that waitresses. Then he feels I am the efficient and I am dealing with the customers in an efficient manner, and also he maintains some politeness, then he is expecting more than the others. Then this is a conflict in between the group of waiters or group of waitresses. Okay, similarly, if a group is going on strike for some reasons, some member of the group may not be agree with these reasons or simply may not be economically able to afford to go on strike, thus cause conflict within the group. Suppose there is a group, suppose labor union is there. So the labor union is going to, suppose the leader is announcing the strike. So because the management is not fulfilling all the agreements, so suppose what they are suppose what they are mentioning at the time of joining, then they are not providing all the things to the customers, sorry, to the employees of the organization. Then ultimately they are suppose the team, the union leader is announcing going to strike, then some of the group members are accepting this one and some of the group members are not accepting the strike proposal of the leader. So because their economical position is not good, suppose if they are not work, then the family is not running, their families are not running, so even there is no food for their families, then this leads to a conflict in between the group members ultimately. Okay, so because some of the group members are accepting the proposal of the leader and some of the group members are not accepting the proposal of the leader, then ultimately it leads to conflict in between the group members. Okay, so this is one best example for that. Then this conflict may also be between the manager and a group of subordinates, or between the leader and the followers. So the conflicts are arisen between the manager and the subordinates, and also leader and followers. Okay, so a manager may take a disciplinary action against a member of the group, causing conflict with the group, and this may result in reduced productivity. Suppose a manager is taking a disciplinary action against the group members of group, so then ultimately it leads to some conflict within the group, and this may result in reduced productivity. So then the subordinates are not interested to work, then they are not perform up to their efficiency, then ultimately it shows effect on the productivity of the employees, then ultimately the productivity is reduced. Okay, so the result of the productivity is reduced. Okay, so then mutiny on the Bounty is a classical example of the rebellion of the crew of the ship against their leader. So mutiny and Bounty, this is one of the classical example. It is really occurred. So based upon the treatment that the crew received at the hands of their leader. So suppose the crew of the ship against their leader. Okay, so rebellion of the crew, suppose all the people are supporting the leader. Okay, then the crew received at the hands of their leader, all the hands are suppose all they are supporting the leader of the ship. The conflict among the armed forces is taken so seriously that the army must obey their commander even if the command is wrong and in conflict with what other believe in. Suppose the commander is the armed forces, the conflict among the armed forces is taken so seriously. So there is a conflict in between the armed forces, that the army must obey their commander rule, instructions. Though all the army people are follow the instructions of the commander even if the command is wrong. So the command is given by the commander even if it is wrong, then the armed forces are must follow that command even if they are not happy with that command. So in conflict with what others believe in, suppose he is not taking the consideration of the armed forces opinion, the commander is take the decision, then all the armed forces are must follow that command, whether they are happy with that or unhappy with that, whether they are believe or don't believe. Okay, so there is no chance, no other chance, but this leads to some conflict in between the armed forces and the commander. Okay, so this is a conflict in, there is a chance to arise a conflict in between the armed forces and the commander. Okay, so this is the another example for this, another classical example for this. Okay, so this is the third one. Okay, so today I stopped over here, and I think another two are there, another two types of there. So tomorrow I discussing, and also strategies for managing conflicts. Okay, so thank you all.